be like, "Are you on? I can't see it."
Yes, some of the technical difficulties because I went to the wrong one. So this should be right now.
Got it. Oh my God. Yep, there it is. Okay.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. I know okay, is it coming up? I know it's a little delayed, but I still don't see it on here. I see live though, but I'm good. So good evening, everyone. My name is Rosie, and I am so excited to premiere the bandwidth for the first time. Oh my goodness. This is something that I wanted to do since sometimes last year. So I'm so happy that we have that. We were able to do this. We're now on YouTube Live on our Rosie Faulkner channel. So I am so excited about that. The reason I just want to tell you a little bit about the bandwidth, the reason why I picked that title is because the bandwidth, when you think of bandwidth, it's twofold. It's the maximum amount of data transmitted over an internet connection. And of course, we all love to talk about video and going live. So I thought that was fitting. And also it's about the energy or mental capacity required to deal with the situation. So we want us ladies to definitely deal with our mental, make sure we have capacity to absorb everything so we can go after our goals and live out our dreams. And if video is a part of your plan for this year, we want to definitely join you on this journey and get you to go live. So that's where the bandwidth came from. So again, I'm just so happy that we are now doing this on YouTube Live. Also, we want you to subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed to our Rosie Faulkner channel. We want you to comment your biggest takeaway after the live is over. And if you know of one person that can benefit from the conversation that we're going to have tonight, we definitely want you to share it with that one person, and also follow us on IG. I want to thank the South True team. Jennifer ran the lead on this. So thank you, Jennifer, for putting this show together. And just housekeeping, one housekeeping item. Please engage with us. If you have any questions, I have my phone here so I can see all your questions on YouTube Live. So if you have any questions, just please put them out there and we will answer them in the middle of the conversation when it's time, and also at the end. So please do that. The title of tonight's live is Camera Confidence, Tools for Showing Up on Camera. And we have Brittany Holley here to tell us all about how she does it with the tools that she uses, her camera confidence. So I want to go ahead and get this conversation started. So I would like to welcome Brittany. So welcome to the premiere episode.
Yay!
Bandwidth.
Yay!
So
Hi.
Okay. Yes. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes. Can everybody? Okay. My friends, they're like, I can't see you. I can't see you. So now I think everybody can see me.
Yes.
Yes. So my name is Brittany Anderson. Brittany Holley is my social media name. And I have a passion for photography and videos. I am a true historian when it comes to my family and friends. So I've always just had like this natural passion for pictures and for videos. So throughout the years, I've just always kind of been led in that direction.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to turn the whistle light off so I can turn the video off. I'm sorry. When it comes to my family and friends, so I'm always There we go. I'm sorry. Trying to see so I can see the comments too. We're still learning. This is our premiere, so I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yes. Throughout my career, definitely in hospitality, I started in convention services. So that is definitely helping brands, bringing brand consumers to different conferences and conventions, and it's something that I love. So much so that I went into teaching youth how to do it in a hospitality academy. So it's something that I am a true behind the scenes person, but when you ask me to be in the camera, I will. But I love just helping young people find their career, find their passion, and kind of direct them into the field, especially of hospitality and tourism. So that's just a little bit about me. But as we talk, you'll learn a little bit more.
Okay. So before we dive in, I know you said you prefer behind the camera, but how did you overcome your fear of getting on the camera?
Oh my God. So it's so funny because my dad is a true creator. Like I love my dad. He is a creative. And so when we were younger, he used to just set the camera up on the tripod in the house. And so he would, and this is something that I tell a lot of my clients. I say, just set your camera up if you're doing your makeup, if you're getting dressed, set your camera up, put it on a tripod, and just exist. And then you'll get comfortable knowing that there is a camera. You'll watch what you say. That was one funny thing. Like we always used to mind our manners because we knew he was recorded, but he thought he was getting like some funny, what was this? The show used to be called America's Funniest Home Videos. So he was trying to capture us doing something funny. But I just say with practice definitely will help make you get comfortable, make you feel more one with the camera. Because if you don't practice, then it's just like anything else. You're not going to get used to it. So you definitely want to just practice a lot and get yourself. And that's kind of what I did. Even though I don't do a lot of videos front facing me, I like to record everything around me. I definitely have my camera on when I'm doing my makeup. And I have a kind of like a chat box where I have different topics. And sometimes I just pick a topic out of the box and I'll start talking about it while I'm doing my makeup. So I'm not doing, hey, y'all, I'm using Estee Lauder. No, I'm just talking about something to get comfortable in front of the camera. So it just flows.
Yeah. And I agree with that. Practice makes perfect. I remember just me getting comfortable with it. And it's just, and honestly, I still get nervous. When going on camera because it's just like, okay, it's never natural to me. I mean, I've loosened up so much over the years, but it's still, it's just like, okay, a little nervous. And my mom always say, if you don't have no nervousness, the Lord ain't in it. But still, it's just, but no, I really do believe like with confidence, with practice becomes confidence. You get more confident in doing it. And like you said, I like what you're saying where you putting on your makeup. With me, like now doing lives all the time, that has helped. And then just throughout the years, just doing tapings, that was nerve wracking. But still with live, it's just like, okay, you're going to make mistakes. Just like, we had some hiccups today. Yeah. You just get over them and keep it moving. And then, we just hope that, a lot of people are just scared about what people are going to say about them or the way they talk or the way they look. And you can't please everybody. You're never going to. And my mission is to help women overcome that and get your message out because we all have voices. So that's my little type of thing.
And your passion definitely will exude. And that is one thing I share. I work with teachers. So in my full-time job, I work with hospitality teachers. And of course, with us transitioning to virtual learning, it's a huge difference from being live in space with your students to actually going on camera. And so I share with them, if you exude passion, you already know what you're talking about. You are expert in whatever it is that you have to say. And if you're passionate about it, it's going to come out. It's going to be something that people are going to listen to because they hear it in your voice and you know it. It's your passion. And so once we get over that hump, once you are confident in what you know, the camera is just there to help spread your message.
Exactly. I like that. And so how would you know if somebody is kind of like on the fence, I've been practicing, how would they know that they're ready to get in front of the camera?
Well, first, sometimes you just have to do it. You just have to dive in, like just do it. Like, let's just push you in. But what I will say is that watch some of your videos, watch some of your footage. Also, if you are on social media, post to your stories. You don't always have to immediately go to live, but record a video of you sharing something and then post it to your stories. People, and especially our consumers, they love that real live experience. They love just knowing a little bit about you. So, practicing in that way. And then when you're comfortable posting your stories, then you'll start to feel more comfortable going live. And so, one thing that I will say I share is that if you screen record, if you have a Zoom meeting, and let's say it's your book club, and you say, hey, ladies, if you don't mind, I'm going to record our book club tonight, just so I can watch for feedback for myself once I finish. And so then once you have that recording, it comes straight to you and you watch it and you see the things that you like, you see the facial expressions you make, you see all of those things, and then that helps you get ready.
Yeah. And how much time would you say you should spend connecting with your audience? So how many times, how many times should you go live?
So now let's, because let's be real clear. People, look, we go live. You like, look, girl, I'm going live. I'm at McDonald's. Can you believe what's going on? So people go live for any and everything. But if it's a part of your brand, one thing that I am super, super sold on is creating your content calendar. And that is having an organized calendar with weekly themes, or it can be a monthly thing, whatever you're comfortable with. And try just starting out at least 2 times a month. So a lot of the clients that I work with, even working with my school, we go live every other Monday for Motivational Mondays. And so with that, it's just going at least 2 times a month and having the content on what it is that you want to say. A lot of times when we go live, we're like, oh, I just want to go live, but then you don't have anything to talk about. You don't have any content. You're all over the place. So to prepare yourself, do a monthly content calendar and say, I'm going to do Thankful Thursdays or Working Women Wednesdays or something where it gives you a theme and then you have something to talk about.
Yeah. And I'm big on planning. I said I needed to be better at it, this year in 2021, because it just helps you stay organized. It helps actually you stay on track. And like you said, you know what you're going to talk about. And even if you can do it just for the day before starting out, just do that. Know what you're going to talk about the day before you go live and just do it. So I definitely agree with the planning aspect of it. What about images and visual contents that connect with your audience?
So I am also with photos. I love digital art. That is something that I just it's a hobby of mine, but it has definitely become a passion as well. And that is, your flyer designs, your logo designs, and things of that nature. And I'm going to keep going back to that content calendar because that's what brings everything together, And so in my bio, I do have a link for a content calendar if you want to download one. If you are a blogger, a guru, if you have a business, I really recommend that you start with your calendar and then also think about what it is that your audience needs. And so a lot of times we get kind of focused on selling, especially if we have a brand or a clothing line. So it's like sell, sell, sell. But in reality, our audience looks for 4 things. And so the 4 things that they look for definitely deals a lot with, engaging. Like, how am I engaging my audience? Am I educating them? So am I sharing information? Am I inspiring them? Which means, am I showing a little bit about my life? And then am I calling my audience to action? And so those are different types of posts that you want to make that you can spread out in your content calendar. So let's say you say, okay, I'm going to commit myself to posting 4 times a week. I want one of my posts to be inspirational, educational, actionable, and motivational. And so if those are your 4 types of postings, then that is what you're going to post for that week. And a lot of times I will share that you want to have your brand style kit also already pre-made. So you already have the background to your digital images. And I also share that if you work with a graphic designer or a brand manager, then your brand manager will give you a backdrop. and then you just drop in your information, you drop in your content. And when you drop that in, then that's when you say, okay, I know I'm posting Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. So, and you putting that information in. So I say, especially if you want to stay relevant, you definitely need to post more than once a week. I would even recommend no more, you know, you don't have to post all day, every day, but give yourself a schedule, something that's comfortable for you, but also something that reaches your audience so you stay alive in those algorithms.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. And it's just, I think, like you said, the planning aspect would definitely help newbies, because there's a
Yes.
lot of people that are new.
Yes.
And like you said, if you plan and, you know, go live, you know, like I said, at least, what'd you say, 3 or 2? Two times
At
a
the
week.
least.
Yeah,
We'll say
yeah,
at the
okay.
least.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, 2 times a week, that would definitely be good. Like you said, it helps you get practice and you're getting in front of the camera. So I definitely agree. So let's transition to
Okay.
some tools that
I try to
because
give all kinds of tools in my background so we can just go around and we can talk about it, you know?
well, where do you want to start? So what I guess my first question is, what are the basics,
The basics.
things that you need to get started?
Okay. So the basics, of course, a computer. I do, if you are going live in public, your phone is great. But if we're doing things like interviewing or teaching a class, I definitely recommend having a computer. I'm not saying it has to be Apple. I'm not saying it has to be any type of particular brand, but something where you have a webcam at the top of your monitor so that you can record right then and there. So that is at the basis, that is something that you would like to have as far as technology. As far as your lighting. So the thing about
Before
lighting.
you move on, can I ask
Okay.
you why the webcam instead of your camera? I just want to know why. I mean
Yes.
your phone. I'm sorry, instead of your phone.
Well, the webcam. Okay, so I don't want to get too deep,
Okay.
but the webcam definitely talks about your pixelation and how clear you come across the camera.
Okay.
And so when you have your webcam, it is automatically set. It gives you the perfect dimensions that you need to be in front of your audience, where your phone has a different type of pixelation when it comes to recording. Also, the bandwidth is a little bit different. So on your when you are directly connected to your Wi-Fi on your computer, it's a tad bit more stable than your cell phone, especially if you're dropping in and out between your service or your Wi-Fi. So I definitely, it's a preference, but it's definitely not the rule. So if, like I said, if you're going live in public, if you have a tripod and want to go live from your phone, that's perfect. But it's just a preference as far as the stability with the computer.
Got it. No, thank you for that. I just wanted everybody to know, because some people are like, wait a minute, I just have my phone. So I definitely wanted to clear that up. So thank you for that.
Okay, so the next thing is lighting. And one thing I will share about lighting, I have a very close friend. She's a photographer. So she's definitely taught me a lot about lighting. And natural lighting sometimes is the best lighting. And so when you can get that natural sunlight, honestly, that's perfect. You know, if when you can have your screen in front of you and the sun is coming in right on your skin, melanin popping, like you good, you're doing good, you know. But if you are at home and it's at night, or if it's a cloudy day, then I do suggest investing in a ring light. And so there are different types. I do in my bio, there is a link to my Amazon store, and in that link you'll see all the different types of lighting that is from $16 all the way to $200. So it can fit any type of budget, but I always say start out with a small ring light. So I'm gonna put my hand here so you can see the light. And this is a small cell phone tripod ring light, which doubles as my desk light. So when I'm at work, this is my light for meetings. I put my phone there. So if I need to text one of my students or text someone that's already there, and that ring light is a great just tool to have just starting out. Right here on this side is a larger, more professional ring light. And so right now it's facing me. So it captures lighting from both angles. And you definitely want to make sure that you have some backlighting. Because you know how you see people, just like how your light is perfect. You can see behind you, but you can also see that dimension in front of you as well. So your lighting is important. Another one thing about lighting is that if your background, if you do not want to invest in a backdrop or signage or anything like that, uplighting is super, super cool. And that is this purple that you see behind me. So it gives you this little, kind of mood loungy feel.
Ambiance, honey.
Yeah, it gives you ambiance. You can change the colors, but it also just, like I said, provides that dimension to your room. So it just changes things up a little bit. And I'm telling you, when I go on camera for my students, they freak out. They're like, oh my gosh, look at all this stuff. So I just, to show them that, in a professional realm, you want to make sure that you can create that ambiance that you desire.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So the must-have is two things. It's your webcam and
lighting. Yes.
Right. Okay.
Another thing is a microphone. So right now I am using a mic, and this is a USB. So it's very important. The mics can be expensive, but they also have just these small clip mics that you can put on that is a USB port. So it does not have to be the headset that you put on and you have, remember how it was, you had the mouthpiece.
Yes, telemarketer, like a telemarketer.
Right. You don't need to, we're not messing up hair or anything like that. We're just going to use that small mic to put on. And what mic, the reason why mics are important is because it just helps you sound a little bit clearer, and it just gives you depth to your voice. So I also, in the link in my bio, I put that on there as well. If you want to get a mic, especially like I said, if you're teaching a class or if you're training, you do want to invest in a mic.
Okay. So what good resources would you suggest to learn how to use the different tools other than the manuals?
Yes. Well, definitely YouTube is, YouTube University. Definitely, I will share, once again, the link in my bio. I have some of my favorite videos that helps get you confident, ready, and prepared, especially just watching YouTube on how to set it up. Why we use the different tools that we use on YouTube. So definitely, that is the go-to. Amazon as well. I will say I am a huge Amazon review reader. Like, I don't even look at the product. I click on those stars and see, like, what are people really saying about the product? Does it work? Things like that. And you can learn a wealth of knowledge that way as well, because people do leave great video reviews on YouTube about tech tools. So that works as well.
Yeah. And as far as practicing, I know you're going to say you need to practice using your tools before you go live. Please. Be like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? So I want to hear that from you.
Yes, tonight. That's the thing. Yesterday I practiced with friends. You want to practice with your tools, because the thing is that if we're not having a conversation, imagine if you're just going live or teaching a class yourself. You don't want your audience hearing static. You don't want, your audience not to hear you at all. So like you say, I done talked for 40 minutes and nobody heard nothing. Like, we can't, you don't want to do that. So definitely, yes, the practicing is for sure, and just getting comfortable with it. Even if it's having someone else use the tools while you watch and see how it comes across on your screen. Either way it works. But practice makes precision.
Yeah. And I know, like, when you're, first starting out, you don't have a lot of money. Yes. So what would you suggest if somebody is struggling and definitely only need, like the bare minimum? Do they need the mic right now, or what can they do away with and just have the bare bones?
So you can definitely, if you can get $16, then I say invest in the ring light with the tripod. Really, that's all you need. Because especially if you want to just show up on camera ready and professional looking, then you do want to have the ring light. Sometimes you don't need that. You can just have the tripod if you're going to use natural lighting as well. But it does take a little bit of an investment. The mics, I will say, not really. All of the extra additives, not really. But you do want to make sure that you have a tripod, because when we hold our phone, this is great. But then if you're moving around and someone is getting, like, motion sickness,
I know.
It's just not going, you want to make sure that your tripod is stationary.
Yeah, no, and I definitely agree. If it's three things that I say, definitely either your camera, webcam, or your cell phone. Your lights is definitely, you need it, because Sometimes when you're traveling, I have been traveling before and, I didn't pack my lights, so I oh my God, it was fine. Like you said, with the natural light. I remember I was in a hotel. It was fine. I had the natural light coming in.
Yeah.
And of course we go live at, 7:30. So it was fine. And it was in the summertime. It was 7:30. But when like around 8:15 hit, when I watched it back, I was just like, oh my God.
Yes.
You could just tell and you could see how, over time, how the light was going down, down, down. So yeah.
And I would share too, if you have recessed lighting. So if you do have recessed lighting at the top in your home, or any type of lighting that comes right down, try to sit there if you can. And if you don't have the light, put your tripod up if you have that, or your laptop, and your recessed lights work well too. So that's a good light in the house.
And upgrading, how often should you upgrade?
Now, I mean, so another thing about me is I'm a crafter. So like we don't get new tools. If it's broke, don't fix it, because it's still going to do the same thing. So when we say upgrade it, it's only if you want to increase your space. Like I said, my friend, she helped me pick out the right ring light that's perfect for this size of the room. But if you do want to get into a more larger studio, then that's where you start to factor in more lights, or better sound quality. But honestly, I just feel like if you have something that works for you and it's helping your brand, stick with it. You'll be fine. Stick with it.
And I'm like you. If it's not broke, it's still working. I'm just like with the phones, like my son or younger people always want to have the new and latest and greatest, and I get it. But for me, I'm like, it's tried and true. It's working. I don't care. And I just think also like having things that can travel well, because sometimes you're on the go, even if you have to have like two different things. You have a little, your main setup at home. And then when you go, you have, like you said, the little small light that can travel very well and go when you need to go. So I think you should definitely invest in like two types, which don't have to really break the bank, but you definitely need those things. Like you said, you don't want to be giving your audience motion sickness because you don't have anything, or even like the, what is the thing that people, I can't think of it today.
The GoPro? Is it
like
the GoPro?
Not the GoPro, it's like oh my God, everybody use them to keep it stable when you're
a selfie stick.
Selfie stick, yes.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
Oh, anti-selfie stick, by the way. Like, we're not.
Oh, you don't like it?
We're not doing that. No. No, I just said for my friends. Like, I'm like, no, y'all getting portrait. Like, I'll take the picture. No, but no, selfie sticks was fun. Like, that was a fun movie.
I actually like the selfie sticks because when I do my show called In Pursuit of Fashion for the Fun, when I'm by myself and I'm just out going to different things and showing people the different, it actually works for me to hold it and do it. And it's a little stable than me holding the phone, by itself.
It is stable. And I do like how it can pan the room too. So that's real cute. How it can pan the room. I do like that.
Let's talk about your bad experience with the selfie stick now.
I'm telling you, I have my scrapbook club. They will pull out the selfie stick in a minute, like, pull it out. Let's all get in the selfie. I'm sitting here like, okay, y'all, here we go. Clearly we see that it's a selfie. Like, it's fun. I remember those. It was fun though.
Yes. So I just like using that to, just go around, and it travels again. It travels very well. You can put it back. And also, like, if you're going to wear, I'm into fashion too, and just sitting it somewhere and catching pictures, especially if you're by yourself. I just think it's a great tool to kind of like use.
But that's a tripod. It is a tripod. So that's the same thing. Like, if you can set it somewhere and set it up and put your timer on, and a lot of them even come with a clicker. And so you just have it in your hand, and whenever you're ready to click, you can take those good portrait shots as well. So
So anything else you would like to tell the audience about any tools?
Let's see. Tools. Well, I will say that it is all a process. It's a growth process. And so don't feel, because one thing I will say, even down to myself, it is intimidating when you see all of this 4K and all of this editing and all of the different types of tools that you have to buy when realistically everyone started out very, very small. Another tool that I like to use for, I would just say, like editing or transitioning, and it's very inexpensive, is Canva. It is an online app. I love Canva because you can use it to create videos. You can use it to create GIFs. And I do, in the link, I have some tutorials in which I've made some things. So you can click that link in my bio to see that, where how you can transform a video with a welcome message, then go directly into your video and then close out. And you can post that in your IGTV or things like that. So that is an online tool that I absolutely love. Like when I tell you I love Canva, y'all, I love Canva. So like that thing will help you, and it's very user friendly. And there's so many tutorials out there to use it. But that honestly will help boost you with your professional exposure, if you will.
Yeah, no, I agree. I found Canva maybe like last year, so I haven't been on it like a lot of people were. And first I did the free option, and then I was like, "Oh, this works," but let me do the upgrade.
That Canva Pro. Oh, you good? You a whole video editor right there. You're good.
No, yeah. I know. So once I did that, and like you said, so many cool templates, and they have everything down to like your YouTube templates that you can use for, everything. They are just on it. Yeah. And you can do whole presentations.
For you. It is done for you. So that's why I always share, I love Canva. I use it quite frequently for a lot of my clients, especially when it comes to their brand guide, because it just puts everything together for them. You can save your brand kit and email that link to a graphic designer. So you're like, here are my colors, my fonts, here's my logo, all in a package. And so when they come back to you with any templates that you might need, if you don't want to get into it yourself, it's right there for them. So I think it's a great tool.
Okay. Now, I know you had said something about your clients. Now, tell us a little bit more about what you do for your clients.
Yes. So this year, I decided to start the Legacy Creative Group. And the Legacy Creative Group will help professionals, young, mid-age entrepreneurs who is looking to establish their brand and who just needs that creative therapist, that voice to meet with them and to talk about what it is that they want to do to showcase their brand. So throughout the year, last year, I worked with 4 beautiful clients and they were all launching their business. And we really focused on what they wanted their brand to be as it relates to their image. So we did photo shoots together. I always recommend that my clients do their own business photo shoot of just them, because I can show you how we'll use you as the face of your brand and how we can make that into your imagery as well. And so with that, I just love working with entrepreneurs who need that creative voice and just a think partner. Because a lot of times, with the graphic designers and people who are crafty and creative and digital, you don't build that relationship to really get to know that person. And when creating a brand, you have to know who's behind the brand. You have to have a relationship with them. And so that is what I aspire to do. That is what I've done over the past year. I was tired of doing it in the corporate sector. So I was tired of working with, big brands and doing designs with that. And I really wanted to come and work with individuals who were passionate about what they wanted to bring.
Okay. Now, before I ask you the next question, they said that the selfie sticks won't go through security. I said that in the comment.
You gotta put the selfie stick. You gotta check the selfie stick, sis. We checking selfie sticks in 21. Like,
what?
But listen, like my tripod better come through. Like if we have to pack that thing, I have to carry it in my hand. You know what? This is so funny. Okay, I'm gonna share a real quick story. What was it? 2 years ago, my friends and I, we went to New Orleans for Halloween. And Halloween is my absolute favorite holiday. I love dressing up. I love costumes, right? And so I had this cane and I was the Joker. And so I told them, I said, listen, if this cane does not make it across security,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm not going to
Oh,
work.
wow.
Like, I need this cane. So I had to step off to this. Once I went through TSA, I had to step off the side. I had to answer questions about why I wanted to carry this factitious cane. And I'm telling them, like, I'm going to New Orleans. I need this cane. It's a part of my look. They were like, okay, ma'am. At that point, once they found out that I wasn't smuggling anything in the cane, they let me take it. But
and it wasn't medical. It's not medical. It's a part of your outfit.
It was a part of my outfit. They could not believe that. They were like, okay, like, just let her go. We can't, I mean, there's nothing in it. She could go. I'm like, I'm not going to beat anybody with it. I need it. So, TSA play, but they can't play with us creatives. We'll get around it.
Okay. So how do people know when they need your services, a brand manager?
Yeah. So realistically, when you begin to feel overwhelmed with social media, and that is something a lot of times we start out, and even down to just working with schools, and we're just like, oh yeah, such and such, she just runs the social media page, but there's no consistency, there's no audience growth, there's no feedback to your community, to your audience. And so most of the time is when a person realizes that they need support in their social media aspect. And definitely, if you do not have the bandwidth to create any digital art for your page. So one thing I will share is that pictures are phenomenal. They're great. I love pictures. However, to create continuity, you do need a brand background. You need that solid, cohesive imagery that is going to tell the story on your feed. I always say, what are you feeding your feed? What are you feeding your community? And so your brand manager supports with that to make sure that your message is being sent out to your audience.
Okay. And when you say message, that's your content and everything as far as the colors are cohesive. Like, what exactly does that mean?
That is definitely your logo.
Okay.
So let me back up just a tad bit. Brand managers should create a content brand kit for you. And so that brand kit includes your logo, the fonts that's in your logo, the colors that you choose. Hopefully they should be a part of your logo. And that is kind of your style guide. So then also within your style guide, we know the messaging. So do you use slang on your page? Do you mind using foul language? I don't like to use foul language on my pages, but some people do because they are, the type of content that you are producing. So it's like, how is your messaging? And we put all of that together into a brand kit to tell your story. And that is how we create the cohesion on your page.
Okay. And then how important is it, like if people are starting out, they're not sure, how important is it to be your authentic self?
Oh, it is. Well, first, it is so important to be yourself because not being yourself don't last very long. That burnout comes real quick. And so we see it all the time when there are different influencers online, and then they have to take this extensive break because they've burnt themselves out from this image of who they truly are not. And so a lot of the people that I work with, I share with them that just be yourself, be who, if you are. And the thing is, we also have to know what we're good at. So if you are a fashion blogger, be a fashion blogger. Don't try to be a foodie. Don't try to be, this, that, a musician. Focus on your craft. And people are going to love you for you. We all love authenticity. That's what we look for on our social media. We want to laugh. We want to feel inspired. We want to be happy. So we look for that in our content. And so I always say, just be yourself. It's okay. Like, your audience will find you with the correct algorithms. But that's another conversation.
Exactly. And I so agree with that. I love the Lord, but I do curse. So I do like something like Shoot the Shits with Rosie. And I just love it because I just can be myself. And I put that in there. This is the rules. I come as I am with no makeup, whatever I'm wearing around the house, that's what I'm wearing there. It's just like what it is. And I love it because I'm just like, okay, I get excited. I know what I'm going to talk about and I just show up.
That's what makes you feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You are the most comfortable, then that is when you really share who you are. And I always say that we can tell, you know how it is. When we see on TV, on YouTube, wherever, we know when someone's not comfortable.
Yes.
Or when would show up as whoever or however you are comfortable. And I guarantee you would attract an audience for sure.
Yeah, I so agree. Because like you said, it's just so hard. It's hard to keep it up. And I
It
knew when I
is.
first started, I was just like, oh no, I'm not going to go down that road to have a beat face every time and all that. It's a lot of work, and that's not me. You know, like right now, I only got on lip gloss and eyeliner. Like I don't do the whole thing because that's not me. Now, when I'm taking pictures, yes, I do all of that, but it's just like, woo. But I think that's the key. You have to, you know, be yourself, and like you said, you won't burn out. But yeah. So, any final thoughts? This has been so great.
This has been so good, and thank you so much for the opportunity. Definitely, I love talking to women, especially women of color, about how to just show up as their best selves. I mean, we owe it to ourselves. We owe it to the world to shine, and that is one thing I will share. This year is my year of yes. I read Shonda Rhimes' book some time ago, and I love that book. So if you haven't read Shonda Rhimes, my best friend, she told me, she's like, Brittany, you got to read this book. Read it. I'm having a whole book club. And you have to read The Year of Yes, because believe it or not, Shonda Rhimes hates the camera. So you believe, yes, someone who is the queen of TV hates the camera. And she talks about how she doesn't like being on live TV, how she doesn't like being interviewed. And her sister had to challenge her with a year of yes, with a year of saying no to anything that brings fear in her heart. And so that is my challenge for this year. Join us. If you want to have a year of yes, do it as well. Anything that you are afraid to do, just say yes. What do we have to lose? I mean, come on. 2020, like what do we have to lose? Like at this point, you know, we 7 days in. And so why not keep going and putting our best foot forward and being as beautiful and as successful as we can. So that is my closing thoughts, I think. And I just thank you once again, and thank everybody for tuning in for sure.
Thank you so much. This has been a pleasure. And then lastly, how can people find you and support you?
Yeah, so you can definitely follow me at the paparazzi _of_B, which was all on the flyers and social media platforms. From there, the link in my bio has all of my contact information, links to the Legacy Creative Group videos. Any way you want to contact me is there in my bio. So I look forward to connecting with any of you who just want to chat or who would love to talk more about developing and establishing your brand.
Awesome. So we got some yeses, like Courtney was like, yes. We done lived the whole pandemic. Might as well live seriously. So we get that in the chat. Jennifer was like, I love it. The year of yes. So, and saying that this is amazing and thanking us, ladies. So we are getting great feedback.
Thank y'all. Like I can't see nothing because we on we on Zoom. So I don't even see like a little comment thing or nothing, but I know y'all there, y'all. Hey.
So thank you so much, Brittany. I so appreciate it. If you guys are not following her, please definitely do. She gave you all the ways to follow her. Go get her downloadables and freebies. And the same for us. If you're not following us, definitely follow us. Again, subscribe to our YouTube channel, comment. Again, what your biggest takeaway from this episode is. And if it's one person that you know somebody that needs to say yes and can benefit from this live, please share it with them and follow us on IG. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good week, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.